Invite Mr. Safir Adeni, President TiE Hyderabad, for welcome address.
Thank you. Everyone, thank you for being here at the inauguration of the TiE ISB Connect. Honorable IT Minister K.T. Rama Garu, Deputy High Commissioner Mr. Andrew McAllister, IT Secretary Harpreet Singh Ji, Dean Rangnekar, and friends. As TiE President and co-host of the TiE ISB Connect 2015, it's my privilege to welcome every one of you to the inauguration of our flagship event, the TiE ISB Connect. As you all know, this is the 9th edition of the TiE ISB Connect, and it's been one of the foremost platforms for promoting the entrepreneur. I grow and I sustain. And we've already gotten to a great start by connecting several startups, entrepreneurs with several venture capitalists, private equity guys, and other investors. At the same time, we have also been able to connect close to 100 different startups with over 20 different mentors that happened here today, right in this hall earlier all day today. So hopefully we are off to a good start already. I would like to share two things in my opening address. First is, while we are jointly conducting the TiE ISB Connect with our partners, the ISB, I thought in the first step, let me take a few minutes to share about TiE. TiE, for those of you who are not completely familiar, is the largest organization of entrepreneurs in the world, with over 60 plus chapters in 18 countries and 12,000 members. It's a very large organization. However, what is more interesting for all of us here is TiE Hyderabad is the fourth largest TiE chapter globally in the TiE ecosystem. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This year in TiE, we chose a theme as I kicked off my TiE journey this year in January, the theme of 7 I's. Some of you, the charter members who are here, already have heard about it. So the 7 I's stand for initiative, innovation, incubation, investment, interest groups, introspection, and inclusivity. Some of these are self-explanatory, so I will not talk much about that. However, I will touch on 2 things. One is interest groups, the other is inclusivity. Interest groups, about a year ago, we started something called interest groups, where we created 5 different interest groups. And this is very important for some of you who think TiE is an IT organization. It's pretty much an entrepreneurial platform and sector agnostic. The 5 interest groups that we started last year were defense and manufacturing. We started that last year. And clean tech and energy, and the minister had the opportunity to attend one of our clean tech SIGs last year. Healthcare and life sciences, education and skill development, and of course, technology and SMAC. We've actually had decent success, and this year we plan to take it to the next level. In the last 2 weeks of planning the TiE ISB Connect, I've come to a realization, thanks to people like Chittipantulu, that there is a huge demand and a need for creating an interest group around media and entertainment in the city of Hyderabad. So working jointly with ISB team, we're planning to start another SIG, which is an special interest group this year. The second thing I'll talk about is inclusivity. One of the themes for this year, and it's my vision, to ensure that we include every single stakeholder in the entrepreneurial ecosystem that is out there as part of what we do in TiE. Irrespective of whether they are an early stage startup or entrepreneur, a growth stage, an investor, an angel, a VC, a PE, a research lab, an innovation lab, other network partners, academic institutions, all of us who are working to promote entrepreneurship in the country, we would like to partner with them, work with them as much as possible, and that is really one of the big themes and goals for this year. So I'll touch on that. So far, we've already 3 months down into this year, and some of you would probably be not aware that we've done overall 13 different activities in the last 80 plus days within TiE. We've had 3 leadership series where we bring in eminent economists and global speakers, authors, etc., to come and talk to us. We have had 2 mentor shops. Mentor shops is something that we also had here today, where we conduct a day-long workshop, which is a combination of workshop or guru sessions from eminent serial entrepreneurs and investors, primarily targeting early-stage investors. Today, we had over 60 one-on-one mentoring sessions as mentors for this, 60 different entrepreneurs. Thanks. A huge round of applause for those guys. We've also conducted the competition, where this is targeted towards students who are from 9th through 12th grade. And we selected a team of global competition. And I'm very pleased to, announce Smash Up. This event is targeted towards early stage, but more importantly, we conducted and we had 10 shortlisted startups, crores of funding. And that is also a first time we did that. And that again happened right here in ISB today. It was a day-long workshop. Some of the investors are here, and I'd like to share a few results of that activity and what it actually entailed. We had over 60 different applications from companies seeking to raise 10 to 50 crores. We painstakingly, a committee chaired by Pawan Kumar and Sathi Srinivas, Suresh and myself, we were able to shortlist about 33 companies. And we've invited several VCs and PEs, of whom 14 were able to make it. So we had 14 tables set up for the VCs, and we were able to match several of these, growth stage companies. These are not early stage startups, growth stage companies, so that they had an opportunity to pitch their business plans in a one-on-one format. This is not a public, pitch like we do for early stage companies. And the results of that are, after at least 5 or 6 hours of strenuous, pitching, 31 companies finally made it today to pitch. It generated 26 interest meetings after today. And that's huge, guys. And this was for 14 different companies, which means essentially almost half the companies have found interest from these VCs. And when I say interest, they've actually scheduled the next meeting either in Bombay, Bangalore, Pune, or somewhere else, or Hyderabad. So this is not just, yes, I'm interested. Okay. So I think that's fantastic news. And I would like to, well, obviously there's a lot more to be done. And I definitely want to share that we at TiE at least are very committed to grow the entire entrepreneurial ecosystem and make Hyderabad the startup capital of the country. And that's pretty much what I had to say. I would also like to say that this partnership with ISB, Chitti Pantulu, Deepak Agrawal, and several others, Dheeraj, who is not here yet, and without whom we could not have done this event. As well, I would like to thank my TiE board members and other charter members who led various committees and helped make this event possible. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, now I request and invite Dean Ajit Rangnekar of the Indian School of Business to please speak a few words.
Well, good evening. So this conference, a very warm welcome to all of you. I hope that every one of you has been here at least once before. But if there is anybody who has come here for the first time, then make it a habit. Keep coming back. And that's just what happened to the TiE ISB Connect, right? I don't know, Safir and Suresh, which of you selected this slogan, but I connect, I grow, and I sustain is the story of TiE and ISB together. 9 years ago, Jay and I had this crazy idea that we should do something for entrepreneurship in Hyderabad. This is our city, we have to do something. And it was a small start. Then over the years, it's grown into something incredible, amazing. Tomorrow we are expecting something like 700 people to turn up. We got into this whole discussions of should there be themes, should we try something, bootstrap, whatever. A large number of people in TiE, who are really family, for all of us, have contributed to this wonderful connect in the truest sense. And when I look at the number of people working with us and sponsoring us, it's a far cry from the early years where the entire TiE and ISB communities to only worry, are we ever going to make ends meet? But more than the ends meet, when I look back at 9 years, the change, the improvement in the quality of entrepreneurs and the projects that have come up is what heartens me most. 9 years ago, I'll be honest with you, some of us did question, are we ever going to make it? is this really going to happen? Can, Hyderabad become the entrepreneurship place? But very quickly, in 2 to 3 years, and there's a lot of credit to be given to people like Satish Chandra and others who put in a lot of hard work into it, we began to see a sea change. And I'm not at all surprised today that 16 companies got interest and many more. And like the American saying goes, you ain't seen nothing yet. Wait a few more years and you will see a sea change even better in the quality and quantity and types of new projects and new ideas that will come out of it. I'm personally absolutely convinced and confident that this is the place to be if you want to be an entrepreneur and, by the way, an investor. So we'll keep your seats warm every year. Keep coming back. Right? A few things. I'm particularly personally pleased that a number of my faculty are on the expert panels tomorrow, which is what we always said that we would come, add the intellectual bit, we'll add the academic rigor to this. And even more satisfying is the number of alumni who are come here as investors, and I hope many of you also as startup companies. This year, the class of 2015, which will graduate in the next 2 weeks, we in ISB have this tradition of the outgoing class giving a gift to the school. And the class of 2015, on their own, without any prompting from me, said that we are going to create a fund for startups because we believe that ISB is the place for startups. So this is one more. I mean, I'm more than 300 plus of ISB alums are already entrepreneurs, but I'm hoping that next few years that number will go into thousands. TiE ISB Connect is not just TiEs and ISBs. It is not just Hyderabad's. It's not just Telangana government. We are all hosts, yes, but it is every one of yours. Make this your event. Make this your partnership with all of us. And let's make India the entrepreneurship capital of the world. Thank you.
Entrepreneurs, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you'll forgive me if it's a little more than a few words, but I'll try not to send you to sleep in your seats. But I am delighted to join you tonight here at one of my favorite Hyderabad venues, this wonderful ISB campus. I have been here before and I do intend to keep coming back. Thank you very much. And I'm delighted to be back working with TiE again, building on our continuing warm relationship and offering the support and encouragement of the British government for what you do. Why? Well, because we recognise the importance of what you do both for India and globally. We're very fond of our entrepreneurs in the UK because from often modest beginnings, they've developed products and services that have redefined the markets that they serve. From Sir Richard Branson, Sir Paul Smith, and Dame Vivienne Westwood to Sir James Dyson, a man who incidentally designed a vacuum cleaner that was so stylish that householders were fighting over who got to use it first. These are people that make the future. And we all know that India is going to play a leading role in defining that future for all of us, wherever we are in the world. And I think that's good news, because India has so much to offer the world of the future. There is the deep attachment to democracy and a tradition of tolerance and respect which helps cushion the inherent tensions of any large country. There's the ability to scale up and help companies to rapidly increase output. India has more resources, intellectual, human, capital, than almost anywhere else. There's a profound commitment at all levels of society to education, the best possible investment in the future of a country. There's ingenuity in abundance, defined by how people overcome problems or obstacles, sometimes by redefining them. The natural ability, born out of necessity, to make a little go a long way, finding low-cost ways to operate better is part of India's DNA. The readiness to think differently and challenge the conventional wisdom, which will power the 21st century knowledge economy, something that we witness daily in a city like Hyderabad. And as we've been hearing a lot lately, in India, we have an economy that is set to outpace all competitors in the years ahead. So for all of you here tonight, the signals are green and the prospects are bright. And we feel equally bullish about the prospects for the UK and for us increasingly to work together. The UK has much to offer Indians in general and Indian entrepreneurs in particular. I can muse at length about our culture, heritage, the landscape, and even our sport, or maybe not in the current circumstances. But I think most of you already know that the UK offers Indians a veritable home from home, where previous generations of Indian entrepreneurs have put an indelible stamp, helping to shape the vibrant multicultural society that we have today. You all know about cricket, about golf, Formula One, about famous universities, about chicken tikka masala, iconic Bollywood and Tollywood film locations. So you know how to enjoy yourself and in your free time when you get there. But what about the things that would make your business grow faster, which is what we're really looking at? Well, the UK is currently the 6th largest economy in the world and predicted to be the largest in Europe by 2030. It's a sophisticated market of 63 million people and a gateway to the world's wealthiest trade area, the EU, and with excellent connections to the rest of the world. With a long history of international trade, we've built up formidable logistics, infrastructure, and routes to help companies grow, not just in Europe, but in high-growth markets around the world. We have the largest e-commerce market in Europe, selling as much as France and Germany combined online in 2012. And in just a few days' time, corporation tax will be lowered to 20%, by far the lowest in the G7 and the joint lowest in the G20. The UK has transparent, flexible company law. Setting up a company is fast and simple. 24 hours is all you need. World-class professional business services like international legal and accountancy firms are right on your doorstep. 4 of the top 10 law firms are British and 6 of the top 10 accountancy firms. London is the world's leading financial centre. We are the largest centre for cross-border banking, and the City of London is unrivaled for its breadth and depth of skills. And the UK is a magnet for talent too. We're one of the few countries who are expected to have labour supply growth over the next 15 years. And our highly skilled talent is one of the reasons why the UK is such a hub of innovation. We have a world-leading research and development environment where products can be developed and taken to the market quickly and efficiently. Generous tax credits for innovation cut the cost of research. The patent box, for example, lowers the rate of corporation tax paid on profits from qualifying patented invention to 10%. The tax benefit from R&D tax credits can be 6% of a large company's qualifying R&D spending. So what can the British government do for you if you wanted to take this further? Well, for instance, through UK trade investment, we can help you to identify sources of funding, including in some cases through government programs like Sirius, which helps recent graduate entrepreneurs with a grant, access to a mentor, and time in an accelerator program. We can help you to point you towards professional advisors to steer you along the path of setting up and growing your business. We can advise you on the most suitable location in a market where there are a variety of different support structures on offer to support different kinds of business. We can offer advice on tax efficiency. We want you to pay your share, but not more than that. Moreover, we want you to succeed. And when you look to launch your business from your UK platform into international markets, we can help you with a wide range of trade support services offered through UK Trade and Investment's global network of offices in embassies, consulates and high commissions all over the world. Because the goal of the British government is a stronger, wider, deeper partnership between our two countries. We think we can aspire to that partnership because there's a natural fit between us. And we believe that's especially the case in business. Britain needs talent, and India has some of the best in the world. We need trade, and India will soon be the world's biggest market. We need investment, and the huge investment we're already seeing from Indian companies, including from some represented today, is creating jobs and growth in the UK. And we want strong partners, and India is a country which will shape the 21st century. The UK has a lot to offer India too. The best educational institutions in the world, a great place to do business, world-class goods and services that can help India thrive at home and abroad, and major league investment that is helping to build the new India. Britain is the largest G20 investor in India, investing more than either the US or Japan. But this natural fit isn't just confined to business. There's a natural fit between our peoples too. We speak the same language. We like the same foods. We have the same bureaucracy, and we have the same shared values in so many areas. And this has been immortalised recently with the unveiling of the Gandhi statue in London's Parliament Square. So we have many reasons to work together, both based on our shared history, but based on our shared values and shared interests going forward. And I look forward, in my time in Hyderabad, to helping to oil the wheels that make that go round. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Government of Telangana, to please speak a few words.
Mr. IT, other dignitaries on the dais, and the entrepreneurs who are attending the TiE ISB Connect. It is today only I realized the significance of the letter I, because it is I connect, I grow, and I sustain. Then I realized that the word TiE also has an I in it. And I further realized that ISB also has an I in it. It makes me feel very bad to say that government doesn't have an I in it. We have a V. V. True. Inclusivity, and he wanted to discuss about two I's he discussed specially. And I suddenly thought perhaps I need to change my name also. My name doesn't have an I, sir. Singh, that is my, but if you look at Harpreet, so I am thinking of converting the two E's to I, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in a way not part of you, because you are the ones who really grow, incubate. Today, it's such a dynamic sector that everyone wants to attach to this sector, because they realize that the returns this sector gives is enormous. Few successful companies can make people millionaires, can generate industries which can generate huge employment. I think that is the interest of the government. Our minister has been the driving force behind the building up the ecosystem in Hyderabad. One of the important things which he is very particular about, I mean the TiE Hub, you will be knowing about it, or a minister will talk about it, but one of the important things he is aiming at is to set up a big fund here, which will be centered towards the companies, innovation companies. We are in talks with some of the big fund managers. We also plan to visit Far East and Europe so as to build up a fund. I'm sure once the TiE Hub comes into being, a big fund will also be set up which will act like a magnet to all of you and fuel further growth. That's all I would like to say. Thank you.
Honorable Minister of Telangana for Panchayat Raj and IT to please speak a few words.
Good evening. Dean Rangnekar, our IT Secretary, Mr. Harpreet Singh, British Deputy High Commissioner Andrew McAllister, President TiE Safir Radeni, and to all the wonderful audience here and my friends from media as well. A warm evening to all of you. Well, Harpreet ji has started off with, all the I's and how he's missing out an I in his name. I started wondering too, Now we have triple IT across the road, and we have IIT Hyderabad, I think. Now I wonder what, with all these I's being here, I wonder what Apple and, those guys who are running it have to tell us, because, we've really stolen a lot of thunder from them. TiE ISB, all these other things that have been said. Really nice to be here, because honestly, I did not expect that there would be so much traction since this morning. I was told, I was given really some wonderful updates. I was told that more than 26 leads were generated, more than 26 parties really have a follow-up now. I really hope that it actually translates into something tangible, something real, and I really hope that the next Facebook or Twitter or one of the big inventions actually comes from India, and preferably from this wonderful city of Hyderabad. I keep telling a lot of people, in fact, I keep calling our state a startup state. We are the youngest state in India today. We are the newest kid on the block. And we have this wonderful opportunity to make a clean slate, new beginning, a fresh beginning. We are a startup state, like I said. So what we've done in the last 9 months of us being around is, we've started off with some very, very interesting initiatives. The one thing that we started off with in the right earnest is a wonderful partnership with ISB and also Nalsar and Triple IT Hyderabad. We've tried to create an ecosystem. We want Hyderabad to be the startup capital of this country. So we've tried to create this wonderful synergistic association wherein ISB shall play the business mentoring role, wherein ISB will assume the business mentorship role. Triple IT Hyderabad shall be the technology mentor, and Nalsar Hyderabad will do the intellectual, the IP and legal mentoring. So this is the synergistic association we've created, and we gave it a name called TiE Hub, the government playing the facilitator's role. The idea essentially is for anybody, any entrepreneur, any budding entrepreneur or wannabe entrepreneur to walk in with an idea and walk out with a product. It need not just be a technology-oriented entrepreneurial idea. It could be anything. As long as it has business sense, as long as it has got a go-to-market potential. And we have 3 levels even within TiE Hub. We have the initial level called Launchpad, wherein anybody who just has an idea and nothing else can just walk in and start working towards it. We also have the Accelerator, where somebody already has done some work and wants to take it to the next stage. And then we have what is called a Propeller, which is for companies and products which are in a go-to-market stage. So we have 3 different levels in TiE Hub, and this incubator shall be launched in the month of May in our good old city of Hyderabad in Triple IT campus, which is across the road from ISB. And beyond this, in fact, we also started another program called Technology Entrepreneurship Program in tandem with ISB again, wherein we are inviting students from various engineering colleges across the state of Telangana. We started out with about, I think, 50 students from 10 engineering colleges. And what we've started doing is we've started mentoring them, we've started giving them tips into entering and into exploring the entrepreneurial ideas and entrepreneurial spirit. And then we also started another initiative called Task to ensure that our engineering graduates, our professional graduates from Hyderabad are actually readily employable by the time they graduate. We've started a synergistic association between the industry and the corporate world here, industry and the academic world here, trying to ensure that each and every professional, each and every student coming out of a professional college, be it engineering, be it an MBA college or a pharmacy institute, etc., are readily employable by the time they actually graduate and come into the real world. So these are the several initiatives we started off with. But I'm a firm believer of this theory that the good old mantra of yesteryear, I think it's still relevant to an extent, but mostly which belongs to the manufacturing era. The define, design, deliver mantra now has to be substituted, now has to be replaced. I think we live in a world of instant gratification where the youth of this country and the youth of this world is really wanting to explore, really wanting to explode with ideas. The new age mantra, as far as this government goes and as far as our industrial policy also goes, is innovate, incubate and incorporate. And this need not, again, I'm not just talking about technology, I'm not just talking about information technology specifically. While, like Ajit said some time back in our boardroom meeting, Hyderabad already has an established presence and dominance in 3 specific verticals, in fact 2 specific verticals. Life sciences, mostly pharmaceuticals and bulk drugs, and secondly information technology. Now we are also exploring another area, aerospace and defense. Like Safir just mentioned, TiE has already started exploring that area as well. But the government of Telangana, after we came into being 9 months ago, we started in the right earnest, and now we have developed with this mantra, innovate, incubate and incorporate. We've developed our new industrial policy as well, which really does offer a great deal of incentives to anybody from anywhere, any part of the country to come here, explore this wonderful landscape, this wonderful city of Hyderabad, which has plenty of opportunities for everybody to explore. We've come out with 2 revolutionary ideas. One, what is called the TSI Pass, the Telangana State Industrial Self-Certification Process, wherein any investor can walk into the state, can actually launch his own enterprise, his or her own enterprise, need not wait for the government's certifications, government's permissions, as long as you're confident that you're self-compliant, as long as you're confident that you can just go ahead and launch your enterprise. And then you can apply for permissions, and in due course you can complete that. And we also launched another revolutionary program called a right to single window clearance. Like how we have a right to education, a right to information, Government of Telangana has now enacted through a legislation what is called a right to single window clearance, wherein we offer a clearance for any mega project within 15 days and for any other project within 30 days. We believe that the investors are doing us a favor by actually choosing our state and our city for their investment opportunity. This government also believes that there is a great deal of energy, a positive energy that needs to be unleashed, that needs to be tapped to ensure the living goes in our country. There are great many things I can go on and on about, but the fact remains, potential that still has a great deal of potential, but a lot of it is untapped. So we are, as a government, trying to explore this potential, trying to invite all of you all to explore the possibilities of doing your enterprise in tandem with TiE ISB, because I'm told TiE ISB has been doing this for 9 years now, 9 years in a row. Really a great deal of effort, I must say, to bring in so many people under one roof from various parts of the country, to really have created this wonderful networking opportunity wherein you have these budding entrepreneurs, venture capitalists, private equity players, and people from all walks of life. Hyderabad as a city, like I said, now I think the state government and the administration also has to play a more active role, a more vibrant role. Besides what TiE and ISB have been doing together, as a city, as a state, we need to do more to encourage entrepreneurship. And that is exactly where we are headed. And I appreciate TiE ISB for their wonderful effort over the last 9 years. And the government shall definitely partner with you. The government shall cooperate with you. And like our secretary had mentioned, TiE Hub will not just be a place for somebody to explore their ideas. TiE Hub will also have a technology development bank, which shall provide impetus, economic impetus, financial stimulus to those that require funding as well. So we are still in the works. We're still working on a plan. We are still talking to a lot of fund managers. We are talking to a lot of funds. The government also shall pitch in with some amount of funding as well. In days to come, because these are still early days for us, in days to come, I guarantee you one thing, that the government of Telangana and the state of Telangana, as the 14th Finance Commission has recently, stated, Telangana is the only other state in the country besides Gujarat, which is a revenue surplus state in the country. There is a great deal of potential here. There's a great deal of opportunity here. And it's a very urbanized state. So in days to come, I guarantee you that this government and this state and this city shall be one of the top-notch investment destinations in the country, be it for information technology, be it for life sciences or aerospace. We've already done very well in some sectors, but there is a lot more to be done. And I look forward to working with you closely in ensuring that we fulfill that untapped potential, we reach that destiny that we're all set out for. Once again, thank you very much, and I hope you all have a wonderful stay in Hyderabad over the next 3 days. Thanks.
Good evening, everybody. TiE and what TiE has been doing over the last 3 months and over the last multiple years in Hyderabad, over the past many years, and the contribution that how England and Britain can be a great. Mr. Harpreet Singh added a touch of humor and really kind of also illustrated the point that how important it is, because in the entrepreneurial life, it's extremely, extremely important for each one of us to be very passionate about what we do. You spoke so eloquently about what the government is doing on various aspects. The enthusiasm that the government has as a startup state towards startup ecosystem, the proactive measures that you're taking in terms of creating the TiE Hub, in terms of creating the investment fund potentially to economically facilitate startup enterprises. I think it's a great time to be in this place, in this state, because the government is very, very proactively involved and wants to be helping the ecosystem of entrepreneurs. So for everyone out here, I think it's a great time to be here. Like Safir said, we've had a great day so far. The Investor Connect went off pretty well. The mentorship went off very well. But tomorrow and day after, the real conference is going to be there with multiple speakers, multiple keynote speakers, and multiple themes. We think we have done a pretty decent canvas of topics for tomorrow and day after. We're covering a wide variety of topics, so multiple entrepreneurs and multiple people can learn and understand. We'll kick off tomorrow morning with the growth stage funding with experienced. We have panel discussions on Internet of Things, which is how the growth is expected. We have panel on healthcare. We have panel on talk about that. And the day after, on Saturday, we again have a full day. We're talking about a panel on Make in India, and what are the real opportunities when we talk about Make in India. We have a panel on e-commerce on the day. We have a panel on media entertainment as well. So all in all, we have multiple panels, multiple keynotes for the next couple of days. I'm sure for all of us, it will be very enriching to listen, understand, educate. And the TiE ISB Connect event would not have happened unless we have the cooperation of multiple people. We had a set of investors who flew into Hyderabad today, apart from the people who are already in Hyderabad. We have a lot of speakers coming into Hyderabad tomorrow and day after. And of course, the government of Telangana has been a wonderful supporter, and UKTI, as well as all the other sponsors and partners as well. It's been a great day so far, but we still have 2 more days to go forward, and we look forward to a wonderful summit. Over to dinner, Safir? Yeah. So I'll invite all of you to please come and join for dinner at the Mirror Pool. Thank you very much.